It's time for the 2:30 show. This is today's date right here. Appreciate y'all for checking in. I'm going to check actually right now. I forgot to check to see if anyone commented on the last one. And if you did, you're going to get a shout out right now. And if you didn't, then I will just say thank you all for who watched, even if you didn't comment. And we'll see. All right, so I did find someone who commented, and that it makes me laugh. It is Mr. Hayden, sir, saying this feels very much like a rip on Awu. Well, Awu is dead, and we are here. I grew up loving Awu, so this whole show was something when Matt said he wanted some form of like news show we could do. I remembered Awu and I thought, well, you know, we don't want to put too much time into it because we have so many videos to edit around the office here, and this isn't going to be some of our primary concern. This is just something we can do every week, provide news, and we're all interested in tech and gaming, so it helps if at some point one of us in the week looks up what's going on up in tech and gaming in case it affects what we do on our main channel. So, Mr. Hayden, sir, you are correct. This is very much a rip on Awu, and more importantly, rest in peace, Awu. I loved it. Growing up, I watched it all the time. So, apologies if you feel that this is too rip and tear. But for them, it was achievements and only gaming news. I thought we'd do some tech stuff because that's more what Toasty Bros does. Gaming is more my interest, and this time we're actually going to be adding in some more content with the idea of bringing in board gaming because that's a love of mine, and it kind of gives us more things to talk about each week. And I'll probably start informing on cool board games coming up because I love board games. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go on to our first news story.
All right, guys, we are back with more news for you all. And normally, I actually told McAllister, I was like, I don't want any handheld content because I've done it for like the last 2 weeks. But this one's kind of interesting, actually, and I think it's going to be more of a prevalent topic to a lot of you guys. The Nintendo Switch 2. It's been all the rage recently, and I want to talk about it. So, Nintendo has officially confirmed the development of the new Mario Kart title, which will debut alongside the highly anticipated Switch 2 console. According to insiders, the game will serve as a showcase for the Switch 2's enhanced hardware capabilities, aiming for improved visuals, faster loading times, and some new gameplay mechanics. The console and game are slated for release in late 2025, aligning with Nintendo's strategy of delivering major franchise titles at console launches. While specific details about the new Mario Kart remain under wraps, reports suggest that it will feature an expanded roster of characters, customizable vehicles, and new track designs that incorporate dynamic environments, which would make sense for the new Switch 2. Industry analysts believe this announcement signifies Nintendo's intent to maintain its dominance in the family gaming market while appealing to competitive gamers and refine multiplayer features. Rumors also hint at backward compatibility for previous Mario Kart entries on the Switch 2, though this has not been confirmed. The pairing of a flagship title like Mario Kart with the next-generation console highlights Nintendo's focus on leveraging the most successful parts of its franchises. With the latest Mario Kart title, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, remaining a bestseller on the Switch for years, expectations are high for the next installment to deliver new innovations while retaining the series' hallmark accessibility. All right, so McAllister asked me in this script here, who would you play as in Mario Kart? And I grew up playing Mario Kart quite a bit, actually, as a kid, like on Rainbow Road and stuff like that. But I don't know who I'd play. Maybe I always like Bowser, the bad guy, so I'd probably play Bowser. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
No?
You look like Bowser guy. We're going in there. Sorry. I'm getting carried. No, you're too late.
I don't have a mic.
There you go. I'm going to grab the other
That's crazy. Well, we're benchmarking. Oh, wow, that's ironic. I didn't go in there because I'm working on a 5090 video right now. Funny. So the RTX 5090, what we know so far. 1 second, guys. I'm going to look and make sure this is running properly before I tell you this story. Maybe it's out of time. All right, speaking of the RTX 5090, here's what we know so far. The next-gen 5090 is here. It's currently in a system over there, actually. We are now testing. I can't tell you much about it besides the fact that we have our hands on it. It is built on the rumored, it's not really rumored, it's confirmed. It says rumored on here. It is not rumored, it's confirmed. The Blackwell architecture. It's going to deliver great performance uplift of 40 series, supposedly, with enhancements in ray tracing, power efficiency, and AI-driven graphics rendering. Trust me, we know. It work. This card will release on January 30th, by the way, just so you guys know. But initial leaks look like it's going to perform very good. But it will be $2,000, which is a lot of money to spend on a graphics card, and most of you at home probably aren't going to spend that much on it, but if you happen to be a big baller and you want a GPU that's definitely going to give you an awesome option compared to AMD or Intel's offerings, because it's just not even going to come close. You spend $2,000 on the 5090, you're going to be incredibly happy with it. And one thing to mention too, if you can't get your hands on a 5090, it's most likely because they put most of the 5090 stock to professional use, AI workloads and stuff. Most of you gamers are probably going to have better luck getting a 5080 than a 5090. So good luck. If you happen to get one, let me know in the comments down below. You got one for Jackson?
I got it.
Oh, okay, here we go. You just stay right where you are.
Rise.
There you go.
The AGDQ 2025 wraps up with over $2.5 million raised, and that's a charitable cause right there. So I know we mentioned this last week, but it is wrapped up. They raised $2.5 million, which is pretty good for the prevention of, I think I'm reading that right, the Prevent Cancer Foundation. There was a week-long speedrun marathon, which I know had like multiple games in it. It was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It brought together gamers from around the world to showcase their skills, and it was for an important cause, which is pretty awesome. Let's see, a variety of standout speedruns, including the new Super Mario Bros. We played through using a piano controller and an Elden Ring run completed with a saxophone. I know a lot of people can't even play it on a normal controller. Fans also enjoyed a randomized map race in Super Metroid, which added an unpredictable twist to the classic game, especially on a speedrun. One of the most unique moments in the marathon was a crazy taxi run where the gameplay was accompanied by a live punk rock band that acted as the game's music, restarting every failed attempt. That would be really painful if you were the one playing the game. The AGDQ's inclusive and supportive environment once again shone through, fostering a welcome space for all community members. With this year's success, Games Done Quick has now raised over $54 million for various charities since 2010 of when it was made, further cementing its status as a cornerstone of gaming philanthropy. The achievements of the AGDQ 2025 highlight gaming community dedication to creating a positive impact, supporting cancer prevention initiatives. Good on them.
All right, sorry, we actually had the video pause here, so we're cutting in now with the DIY set behind me here. And this is where I brought in some board gaming news. We have the Gundam Miniatures game announced. I'm really excited for this. From what I've read, it looks to be like Battletech. In Japan, I got really into the Gundam game. It was called like Gundam Battle Station, I believe. Got super into it though, figured out how to play the game, would sit down and play, and I got to Diamond rank or platinum ranked, I forget, before I left Japan. So in 2 weeks, I went from not knowing how this game works to owning a deck, and it's at home. I have all my S ranks in sleeves. I'm ready to go back to Japan and play it. But for now, Bandai Spirits has unveiled Gundam Assemble, a tabletop miniatures game based on the iconic mecha anime series. This game will feature intricately detailed miniatures of various Gundam units, each roughly 5 centimeters tall. These miniatures will be used on a multicolored hexagonal grid to recreate classic battles from the Gundam franchise, with gameplay designed to reflect the unique attributes of each unit. Players can expect to see dice mechanics integrated into the combat system, providing a mix of strategy and chance. While details about specific units or scenarios have not been officially released, it's speculated the game will include Gundam suits from multiple series, offering a broad appeal to both new and longtime fans. Bandai Spirits has also hinted that expansions could include additional mobile suits and storylines. The release of Gundam Assemble represents a growing trend in translating popular anime franchises into tabletop experiences. It follows similar adaptations in the gaming industry, aiming to combine the tactile appeal of physical miniatures with the strategic depth of tabletop gameplay. The game is expected to hit shelves mid-2025. I'm excited as far as it goes. I wrote here for what's the best Gundam suit. I'm going to go ahead and say really any suit with the sword is better than any other. I think in my gameplay experience, I think Unicorn was the name of the mech. It was, like I said, in Japanese, so I couldn't read the mech names, but I had one that had this blade and would just come in and rush, and I think that's Unicorn. Not for sure, though. But that should be everybody's stories for this week of the 2:30 show. Thank you again to, let's see what your name was. Thank you again to Mr. Hayden, sir, for commenting on the last video. I appreciate you. And thank you for everyone for watching. If you want to comment down below, we can mention you next time. I can bring up more comments when we start to get more comments, but he was the only one, so he gets the only glory. Thank you all for watching. Peace.